The Chronicle of Alcatel Corporation. The name Alcatel might seem foreign to the young generation, but for millennials, it was an unforgettable part of their childhood. Around the 2000, Alcatel shocked the world by releasing a voguish mobile device with a staggering long battery life along with a reasonable price. Alcatel is one of those few rare companies that have a history spanning all over the new era of telecommunication. Even after countless assimilation and dispersion, it still remained. The predecessor of Alcatel is CFTTH, a company specialized in producing communication and telegraphy devices founded by two French inventors, Pierre Azaria and Edouard Belin, in 1898. In 1998, CFTTH rebranded themselves to SACM. It was during this period that the corporation branched out into industry like engineer manufacture and military devices. From 1925 to 1928, SACM underwent a large reorganization. They first assimilated into SFT Enterprise and founded CGE Corporation, a multi-continental organization that involved themselves with telecommunication. Then, CGE founded Alcatel to further pursue telecommunication, and their project soon turned into one of the most influential companies in the industry. Right after World War II ended, Alcatel introduced France to their first ever rotary dial phone. The system used a signaling technology called pulse dialing to substitute for the old electrical signal method, overhauling how reliable and efficient dialing is in general. Reaching 1950, Alcatel began to manufacture transmitter devices that are based on new technology that allow for a faster and bigger transfer of information. From 1960 to 1970, Alcatel involved themselves with the development of Intersat, a satellite technology that allowed for dialing across countries, while refining and introducing the E5 telephone exchange, improving call quality. Finally, in 1980, Alcatel assimilated with Thomson CFT to create Alcatel Atom. This movement resulted in a new pathway for the company to invest in, while also pursuing their rival. And in 1992, Alcatel bought ITT Corporation, a large telecommunication company in America. Around 6 years later, Alcatel Atom reverted their name back to Alcatel as a way to simplify their branding while making themselves more recognizable. Around this period, Alcatel focused their funding into expanding their ecosystem in the telecommunication industry, making multiple buyout deals to reinforce their standing in the market. In 2002, Alcatel decided to pursue the mobile phone industry by combining with TLC Corporation. 1 year after the deal, Alcatel sold a majority of their share in the group, but still provided TLC with the naming right. In 2006, Alcatel once again combined with Lucent technology to create Alcatel Lucent. This was when Alcatel skyrocketed into the top of the market, being valued at $33 billion. This was the era when Alcatel stood neck to neck with Cisco, the most prosperous telecommunication company at the time. From 2007-2009, Alcatel made multiple important business decisions, starting from Belin, a major development center of the company. They also bought Genesis, a major component distributor for the multitude of communicating center. And finally, signed a component providing contract with Verizon, the biggest mobile network operator in the US. Suddenly, when the prosperous period at the start of 2010, where Alcatel introduced Light Radio, which was produced in Bell Lab and promised to exponentially decrease operating costs and technical complexity with the mobile broadband network, along with providing their services in Russia to VimpelCom. Alcatel suddenly plummeted into a crisis, forcing them to sell a large amount themselves, some of which got into the hand of Nokia, leading up to them being bought by China Huaxin and changing their name to AOE. AOE mainly focuses on creating IP platform and network solution for companies. In 2022, AOE created Alcatel Lucent Cloud Connect, a new age cloud technology solution for business owner. From then, AOE mainly focused on creating product for corporation. Even if their development history is filled with up and down, because of their adaptability and flexibility, Alcatel still prevailed even 100 years after its first immersion. While it is not as big as it used to be, Alcatel still has some effect on the market, with a notable one being Alcatel Mobile from Nokia. They also have a positive effect on their community outside of work, through a multitude of charity events, such as providing for the economy in developing countries and in environmental events.